Okay, now it's time. Time to get this darn bridge done. So we do need to speed up the game just a tad bit. Once this bridge is up, we'll be able to get meat. Now we did get that other berry gatherer. We have a large demand of boards, which is fine. We do have wood, and we do have several projects going up, so we just need to let them kind of catch up. Now I'm going to be building quite a bit of stuff in the center of this area. I'm probably actually even going to move like the tax office and potentially even a church into the middle. I know I want to set up a marketplace in the center section here. So let's start kind of gravitating towards that direction. I've been told you can actually just stack these things side by side like that. It's not a bad idea, to be honest. That way you can have kind of like sectors, so you could have two like this. As long as they can enter from the sides, you're in good shape. And then that way, it looks... I just don't like the way that the market stall looks here. It does work, but it's like the back side there, right? So I think what you would want to do... like, that's the problem I have, is I really hate the way that it looks. I just really do. But it works. It works. But yeah, you get like this, this kind of like secret show. I don't know. I don't like it. Alright, if we do this, you can kind of see the goods. And so you got like a kind of like peeper show, and they still have access and ways to get inside. But it looks really weird. Yeah, you can see that these things are blocking the side entries up. So I think if you were to do this, but you see here it increases the attached building part capacity by 20. These are like super necessary. I really hate the little alerts that pop up, to be honest. So I think I'm not going to do that. You can still get them pretty close. I like this. This looks fine to me. So we're going to go with this. Now I'm going to need some money. So I gotta shake my people down. You know, there are two types of leaders. Leaders who like their peasants and leaders who like money. I am probably the leader who likes money. So we're going to shake them down. I don't want to do this too much. I do want to start getting into trade. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into the pub here soon. First, I need to secure my economy. So let's get that moved. We have an individual going into shaped stone. I need to bump out the storage on my warehouse. So one of the things I want to do right now is get storage improvements. Now, we probably want to also get clothing. Let's spend all that money before we pay it in taxes. Or we have a little bit of upkeep costs because we just bought that new territory down there. So let's do this. We are in golden shape now. We have 6 individuals. Perfection. Now, let's see. What's the biggest thing people are pissed off about, except outside of the levy mandates and taxes? The lack of refined food. Very good. Once this bridge is up, we're going to go into refined food. Now, I do also want to buy this territory over here for bread, and we're going to build ourselves a really nice area. So let's get this show on the road. Okay. So the tax office, fortunately. Kind of cool too is there's this little button here called switch the function of sub-buildings, so you can change them. It's really neat. So like I could change this watch post to a tax office if I wanted to. Since these are all sub-buildings of one another, I would have to build an entirely new tax office. So I think I'm actually probably going to build a tax office in this area. Now the church down here, I want to build this out. So we had a market here, and what's kind of cool as you can see is we have all this nice little gap area. So there's a lot of cool little decorations and things that we can do in this area. I'm gonna move all of these decorations up here. You can see that the circle housing takes up way less space than square housing, it looks like. That could be a toss-up. I'd have to actually kind of compare them side by side. But the brush tool to get a housing plot requires a lot more room than the actual housing plot, so you can actually kind of like dial those things back. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a lot of this stuff around the fountain. And we do want to have benches for our individuals to rest when they have rest periods, so we don't look like a like a street in a city with a bunch of people on the side of the roads. So we need to get some benches. We need to get some stuff like that. All right, let's get this show on the road. Radio. Let's get the expansion up. All right. Now, we probably want to start trying to beautify. So I'm going to do something here. I'm going to save the game. I've had an issue when I start to beautify areas where even though it says that it won't destroy the house, it's just like, oh, whoops, you destroyed the whole house, right? So we do want to get like a few houses beautified. And I'm going to start with the houses up here. So we're going to place one. We have just enough money for 2 of these guys. But it's kind of good to just get this going now so that when I'm ready, I mean, we're not ready quite yet, but when I am ready, we'll be able to get those houses for commoners. And that'll be a great thing. Okay. All right, so we're going to get the extra expansion up so that I have a spot for selling shaped stone. Well, we have the trade route up, so this will be kind of our early game economy. It's very good. Very, very good. All right, everybody's working. I love it. All right, we're going to make sure the bridge is prioritized. So once that's up, we're going to go into meat. We're going to move potentially I am debating moving the forester over here. I'm kind of worried about boars though. We don't want to destroy all the boars. So I might leave my forester and I might just cut like the areas around here still because it's not bad. All right, there we go. We got fish and we got berries. They're going to get everything up. It's a beautiful day for us. Extra person. All right, and yeah, you can right-click on the coin up here to show what taxes are owed. Like I said, taxes in the early stage of the game, especially because right now I'm expanding and upgrading these buildings so they can't generate taxes, but it usually doesn't amount to much because you need the highest tier citizen in order to hit your maximum efficiencies there. Eventually, it becomes quite a lot, but early game, I have always found the tavern to be the best. But in order for our tavern to work correctly, we're going to need an absurd amount of berries, but let's get into getting another gathering hut. There's a good amount of berries right there, but we have to own the zone that the berries are in. It does look like they're being kind of jerks in that regard. So we do have a berry gent down here, and we do have trees down here. So I'm going to place a berry gatherer like right here in the middle of this forest, right next to all these berries. We need a little bit of money, but it's okay. All right, so now we can assign things like polished stone. We're also going to preemptively put wool, cloth, and clothing. So we have a storage for pretty much every material that we are producing now. So now I can go to my royal book. I can go to my resources. And we're going to start selling polished stone. And I'm going to sell everything above 10 polished stone. And eventually I'll have to pull back on that. And for tools, we're going to buy tools when we're above 10. I'm likely going to do some really awful things to my society. Now, we have a really high unemployment, and that's because I was waiting for this to go up. So now we have our logging camp over in this area. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up hunting grounds. Actually, I'm going to set up hunting grounds in this whole area down here. And we're going to cut this. Perfect. So the woodcutter will kind of jump between these two zones. I don't think I'm going to do woodcutting up here, simply because I just don't want the guy going all over the place. The forester, I'm going to leave. Yeah, perfect. And so we want to make sure that these areas with pigs are heavily forested to the best of our ability to really maximize the amount of boars that are down there. And something I learned from my last gameplay is you really, really want your hunters as hunters as close to the boars as possible. I used to have mine a little bit back, and they were just really bad. So we're going to let the granary workers do the majority of the heavy lifting, and the butchers do the majority of the heavy lifting. So let's get this down here, right next to the woodcutter. All right, so this is the we need some money stage. So the most effective way to get money at this stage of the game is to be the biggest jerk you possibly can. And once again, taking them down. All right, 135. Negative 5 people might leave, but that's okay. That's why we took the perk that immigration is not impacted by happiness. It's impacted by employment. So we're going to take some hits here and there, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be okay. It's going to be more than okay. There we go. We're doing great. I'm really stoked about everything that we've accomplished here. Looks like we got another thing coming for us right there, but it's not fully built yet. All right, we need more cloth. Okay, yeah, so it is time. Now, you may hate me for this. You may hate me for this, but I'm going to tell you that this is a slightly fantasy game, right? I don't know. It is to me. I mean, I don't think people normally flew above their subjects in these times, so I'm going to go with the fact that I have the gift as flight as a free reign to play the game in any way that I see fit. So we're going to do a sheep farm. Now, something you can do in this game, which is quite hilarious, is you can put sheep farms in the water. So you can make Waterworld aquatic style sheep. They're basically just like Kevin Costner. So we're going to make Kevin Costner sheep. All right, cool. Let's get that sheep farm up. All right. We also are going to get a butcher up. I'm going to place the butcher closer to the granary over here. I'm going to place him right across the street, in fact, right there. Pause the game real quick because I don't want my money to go away. Okay, so we got a hunter, we got a butcher. We need a weaver's hut. I'm going to have that right next to everything over here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to push these guys into each other as best as possible to conserve space. And then we're going to do a tailor's workshop also in this area. We need to leave just enough room that people can walk around and build roads. All right, so we need a little bit of money for the tailor's workshop. That's okay, because it's going to take these sheep a little bit of time to become mature enough to even yield anything for us. So let's get the boars going. We got our logging camp going. We got our individuals coming into the city. It doesn't look like we really lost anybody. We just need to keep the status quo going. This is perfect. We might need a bigger church at some point. Eventually, I'm not going to want my people as mad at me, but it's kind of funny how much you can get away with in this game. You can see I'm only losing -3% happiness from not having bigger church. We will make a bigger church. I'm going to put like stone fencing. I'm going to make it look nice. I'm going to do a lot of nice things for these people. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure that they don't all starve to death. So that would be bad. So we're going to not do that. Okay. So everything here is going great. We may even build like a grand tavern. I was thinking about, I like to do beachfront property taverns, but maybe we'll have our tavern a little bit more up here. A lot of this land I really wanted to dedicate to grain production, so we might just have to forgo some of that stuff. All right, so it does look like we are making some money from polished stone. That's a great thing. We're going to need a good stall. We're going to need a lot of things. Looks like... yeah, once we get some more cloth, we'll be able to finish that off. All right, so berries and fish, we're doing a good job. All right, so the food situation has remedied itself, so now we just kind of have to wait for everything to catch up. 2 more souls for the grinder. All right, we got 6 unemployed. I'm holding off on doing anything, though, until I get more buildings up. Ooh, all right, that is a good trade. Money and some points. I'll do it. I need money. All right, cool, we got the money. We need a little bit more money. Oh my gosh. All right, here's the sheep farm. Okay, so this is totally on like how the game is supposed to be played. These are special sheep, okay? Waterworld's Kevin Costner came here. I don't know what he did. He did some things. He did some things that we can't talk about. And now my sheep, they can breathe underwater. It's really cool. We should all be thanking him. We should also be slightly worried about how this happened. All right, so we gotta pull back everything that we see there. All right, wood cutting, all that, coolio. This is a huge space saver. I really like it, and I haven't noticed really any issues with production. Okay, there we go. So we were able to kind of just put our sheep all in this little cluster here, and they're breathing. So to make this legitimate, Waterworld hybrid sheep. Totally legit now. Totally legit. Not cheese. Not cheese at all, man. It's part of the game. It's the way that things were meant to be. It's right. Mutated fish sheep. It's beautiful. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Yes, you can hear them. You can hear them. You can't see them. They're also invisible. So hopefully we don't catch. Hopefully they don't breed with the fish. The last thing we need. But they're there. You can hear their yelps of happiness or something. Nope, there's one of them. There's one of them. He's beautiful. There he is. He's got red eyes. Yeah, his eyes are freaky as shit. I've done something horrible here. I'm sorry. It's so amazing that it works though. It's pretty funny. I'm sure they'll take it out at some point. Now, with wheat and stuff, you can't do that because you have to actually physically go on the land. I think you can do this with cows and everything, though. So that's going to get us a good amount of material that we need. So we just got to keep on keeping on. And let's see. They're building up a few things. Now, we want to go up to our visibility because it looks like I accidentally turned off all of my stuff up here. Cool. Let's get our berries going full speed. I want an absurd amount of berries for this design because we're going to be going into making alcohol with berries. Let's help them out. Raise the happiness of villagers to 25%. I don't know if I can do that. I am a bad, bad man. Okay, so let's keep on going. All right, 2 more for the grinder. We got our happiness to 37%. Refined food should be coming in here soon. Looks like we just need more boards. Again, we have so many, we have so many things going on. Let's actually get the butcher up next, though. And Operation Shakedown must happen one more time. I know. 30 serfs might leave if I do this. Yeah, so if you do it too many times, they get real pissed. Now, here's the deal. I think I can get away with it. I think I can. We have 45 serfs. Looks like we'll see. We'll see if they leave. But nobody can leave me. I'm just, I've given them everything they need. They have a freaking aquatic sheep hybrid, like amusement park. Like they could go and look at the sheep, and the 1 serf left. Okay, 1 serf was not cool out of 30. That's a pretty good deal. A pretty good deal. All right, let's buy the tailor's workshop. It looks like, oh, the serf was one over here. Okay, so we'll get that guy back up and rolling. Very, very good. 9% happiness. Yeah, I love it. I got 2 additional workers. Okay, what's going on over here? We're full up on the stone. Okay, let's bust the stone cutter down to 2 people for now. I'm gonna have a lot of openings and jobs here soon. But, I'm pretty happy with what's happened so far. It looks like we might be getting full up on boar. Yeah. I just realized we need to make sure that we have space for the boar and the meat. Well, we do. We're in good shape. I guess we should probably get the granary full up. There we go. We got 1 person to replace the dude who left. So not a real big deal. Like I said, we don't even actually need these guards. So we can maneuver them. The sawmill was at 1 person. I must have lost them from a previous tax purge. So let's just, okay. Yeah, let's do the best smart thing we can do is just go to the building tabs and just start going down the line. Perfection. Minor at 2 to 3. Transport. Okay, cool. We're full up now. So we're going to have a full immigration rate here, even though everyone's miserable. Again, that's why I go into edicts and privileges. That's why I do fair reputation. Newcomers ignore the happiness immigration factor. In the beginning of the game, I am just shaking these people down left and right. All right, so we're full up on logs. We should be in good shape here in a second. Oh, it's beautiful. I know. It's a beautiful bridge. It's a beautiful world we've created for these people. You think they'd be a little bit more grateful. Oh, 1 serf left. Right. See? I can't get any respect. But it's okay. Like I said, our immigration rate is super, super duper high. And I have more people coming. It's going to be great. But we do need to give them kind of a rest. The refined food should be coming in here pretty soon, so we do need to keep people coming in and actually keep them in the village. But we got all the monies that we needed to do quite a lot of building. That's why I like the shakedown strategy rather than trade and waiting. Like, you can get just an absurd amount of money really easy. So we just bought a bunch of tools. That's great. We needed those tools. And we have the policy that refunds half of tools. Okay, cool. The butcher is here. So now I just need brave souls to work I need people for the grinder to work my grinder. Grinders. There we go. And yeah, things are coming up pretty hot now. This is great. None of the houses have deleted themselves. I'm loving it. This is going to be awesome. I'm probably going to put 2 heavy towers on the sides here. It's a little inefficient. Like, if we had heavier walls, we could go all the way with walls. But you know what? It's going to look fine. I just really wanted to get to medium as fast as possible. There we go. 3 souls ready to devote themselves to the splendor that is Perfectville. All right, butcher up to maximum butcher speeds. Granary will need to expand here in a moment. Very good. Very good. One thing I would like to do is start getting more benches down so people have a place to rest. They will gravitate towards benches, which is nice. Otherwise, you'll see them, like I said, just kind of lazily laying about. Yes, go to work. Hammer. Very good. All right, it looks like we're going to start getting some sheep. You can see all the sheep kind of just stay in this area, but we're still getting the impact of having a whole area for sheep. It's beautiful. All right, so we're also going to need to get another stall up, which is going to cost, that's right, money. Okay. So we're probably going to want a food stall for bread and boar. So I'm going to place that here. What's great about this being centralized is that everybody's happy. Okay. Yeah, it looks weird. So I guess if you did it that way, you only block one. Interesting. I might try that. This is an interesting way to do it. You get 25 capacity, but I I will say I do think that the extra 25 capacity for storage is worth separating these. I know that you can technically put these two together. And what's kind of interesting is like you can see that this is all one. So let's actually that's weird. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that's weird. It's having like a phantom. All right. I'm gonna give these guys the prettier one. But yeah, I like the extra capacity from these. So I'm okay with a little bit of loss of space. No biggie. But you can minimize this by not doing that, but by doing this. All right. They still can come from other directions, so it's fine. All right, but it's gonna cost us a pretty penny. It actually looks terrible. Let's do this a little bit different. We do want this to look as pleasant as possible. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're looking suave. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, so we just need a little bit of money. Now we could wait 30,000 years for us to sell some bricks and stuff like that. Looks like we're full up on logs. So we need to make sure the transporters are at full speed. We have actually 100 wood over here. The plank, so this is where I get, it's just like the plank guys suck. Like even having perfect access to everything, they're still very, very lazy. All right, we're gonna switch things up. Since we don't have fish right now, we're not getting a lot. I'm gonna switch this over to meat to get that refined food bonus. We're gonna do berries and meat, and we can just kind of like bounce back and forth for a bit. I think that will be fine. That will let us have our cake and eat it too. So berries are full. All right. We're definitely going to need a granary expansion. So what's kind of cool about this is you really can kind of bury these things into each other. You just got to make sure you don't block the entryways. There we go. Get that up. Get more berries. Beautiful. All right. Now we got a full... Oh, that's why we didn't have fish. All right. So we did lose a few people from them being kind of angry at me. So I think we're going to have to let them cool down. I've shook them down a little too often, but the Weaver hut is now going to get up, and that's going to help out with a lot of things. Let's go to our handy dandy little tool, building tabs. Make sure we have maximum everything. Cool, we're in good shape. All right, we can upgrade people to commoners, not bad. They may leave though because I don't have 2 refined food types. Very good. We just are in a big board crunch era. So someone was telling me you can, if you do these 2 different points, you can see one is showing angles and one is showing rounding. So if I could have just done that and that would have fixed a lot of this stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can fix that. I just need one monies. You know what? There comes a time in every man's life when he has to do something stupid, just really dumb, because he's impatient and he wants to get things done. We're gonna do it. We can worry about attracting villagers later. I need money. It's like that commercial. It's my money and I want it. I need it now. I want it now. I don't remember if they say need or want. It's both for me, though. It is definitely both for me. I need and want the money. I think they say need. Need's a much stronger word. Okay, we got a lot going. We're in good shape. Let's buy some stuff. So we can buy lumber camp improvements, tooling. Tooling requires a lot of people, and it just doesn't usually go well. Let's get a goods market purchased, and let's... Oh, I do want to get fences. Let's also get this purchased. There we go. So that we can do multiple goods. All right, that will be bread and fish that we can put over there. We already got meat and berries right here. Perfect. Look at that. We got meat. We got berries. Everybody's having a good time. Oh man, the sheep are even cheapening. I don't know. Look how quickly we're producing resources. Oh shit. They've taken over the bridge. I hope they're not making demands. They're on strike. The aquatic sheep. Well, they're not aquaticing. They're not in the waters, so that makes me sad. But that's how that works, and it's a huge space saver, man. I mean, you buy this area, right? You have all this area. It'd be kind of cool if you could do something with it, and you can. You can make them into an amusement park. Okay, let's do some building stuff. We're gonna go down the line and just start filling everybody up. All right, we already, yeah. All right, we're good. We're good right there. Cool. All right, we have everything up over here. So over here, what I want to do is do fish and then bread. I'll need another one for cheese eventually. Yeah, we'll probably have to do a couple more stalls in this area. I like the way this all looks though. It's going together real nice. So we'll just keep waiting for more people to come. I think food is finally in a good spot. Just the one hunter is bringing in quite a good amount of meat. We lost one serf. Totally worth it for the money. We might lose a couple more, but we're going to be okay. And happiness is actually really decent considering the negative 50% from shaking the city down. That's what I mean, though, is like you just don't really get, in my opinion, you don't really get punished that much. Like it doesn't really punish me. Okay, we're going to do berries for now. Another thing of berries. And we're going to leave it alone. I might need more room later. But I definitely want to make sure that we're stockpiling all the berries we possibly can. Beautiful. All right, we're going to put a resource in here for bread. We will eventually be doing that. Wonderful. Things are great. The fish should start stacking high here pretty soon. Looks like everybody's in motion. We might need another sawmill, to be honest, because they're just not keeping up with production. We got plenty of wood. All right, very well. More people! Yes! Alright, we're gonna put one over here. Dude, I'm just gonna put them both over there, man. Even though we don't have bread to sell, we barely have any fish. We're fine. Alright, so now this is the stage. We have the berries, we have everything there. Now we really need to think about the future. And the future is taverns. Now, taverns are initially gonna be rather pricey, and our territory is not ideal. Now, we have a nice location over here with the manor house and the tax office. I'm debating, yeah, there's not a whole, ooh. Well, look at this spot up here. Look at this perfect square spot. Not too far from all the jobs, but kind of far away from where berries are stored. I would like to keep the berries close to where the alcohol production is, so this becomes the challenge. All right, we got the tailor's workshop. That's great. We can start making shirts. We can start getting commoners. Start selling shirts. So yeah, the issue here, outside of not having enough money, is having the right amount of space. Now I was thinking somewhere around here would have been perfect for the tavern. If you look at the region next to us that we could buy, this would be a pretty sweet region. A lot of area for a lot of things. This region over here though makes the most sense out of anything, because we would have the ability to start getting into wheat production. A lot of production. We have an immense amount of potential for wheat, and our tavern doesn't need to be insane to generate high volumes of money. It's probably going to take up just like a square area. Now, in order for me to do this, I have to commit the sins of just reckless abandon and tax the heck out of these people once more. Let's get these 3 individuals into our town before I do anything silly. Beautiful. All right, we're producing cloth, and we have wool. We have 54 wool. Cloth is coming. They just got to work. You can see that we're waiting. It does better with commoners. We do want to start getting commoners up fast. I'm only going to put one person into the tailor. We're going to start like accumulating shirts, but I'm not quite ready to do the push yet. All right, so food is great. Everything is great. The next step is going to be hard. We will be shaking down everybody. Only 6 serfs are going to get pissed about this. Let's get that money. All right, now let's spend that money. We're going to build a very, very basic tavern. Now, I might have to do several shakedowns because what we need to do is buy this region. But this tavern is going to save us. This tavern is going to produce the majority of my revenue. All right, so what we want is the ability. Let's go up to here because we can show... Let's show the regions, territory boundaries. All right, cool. Perfect. All right, territory boundaries. Thank you. Got to turn those on because it's kind of annoying. All right, so yeah, we're going to build something that can expand in 3 directions. So we're going to build it down the center so we can expand on each side. That way we don't have to have these tall skyscraper-like looking things. And we'll probably put like benches and walls around it and all types of cool stuff. All right, so this is going to be the public lounge, all right? And it doesn't look like this is going to cost money outside of tools, which tools are money to that extent. And we're going to put a big old door on the front here, and that's going to be great. So let's build that. All right, and then we're going to use the create sub-building tool, and we're going to place a service counter. Same thing, perfection, build all. Create sub-building, you don't have to create build all. We haven't unlocked the tavern yet, but we will. All right, and actually, yeah, we can probably put that in a different spot. All right, here we go. So we just need to make sure this thing has a chimney. I'm gonna make my chimney, I don't want to make my chimney tall at all. It's expensive chimney. Make that the shortest chimney ever. Per capacity. Yeah, it doesn't really help with anything. It's just more expensive. It does give us Splendor if we make it tall, but it's not worth it to me. Oh, damn, you can build it for free. Pretty much for free if you don't make it tall. All right. That's the basic right there. So what we need now is the Inn Lodge, and I need 75 Splendor for that. So we're going to build that up, let them get to work. We're going to do one more shakedown. We're going to pump out some Splendor, and all will be well for us again. All right, that's a pretty good trade right there. Since we have it, we're going to do it. Money is money. We need money for tools. All right, we got 2 individuals. Let's go to our buildings. Definitely want 3 out of 3 builders. Definitely want 2 out of 2 tax collectors. I mean, like, the taxes don't really amount to much, but every little bit helps at this stage. We're getting 20 a month. We're not even getting 20 because none of our houses are up. So, yeah, we have a lot of building projects going on. A lot of boards are going to be needed on both sides. Let's get up another sawmill. Get both these guys. We need to get another sawmill up. We're going to get it up on the other side of this. This is going to help a lot. We definitely need to do this. There we go. I'm going to prioritize this building. We get this saw pit going, we can get these houses up, and that's going to help us with tax revenue. Right now, we're in a pretty big negative because of territory upkeep. Well, territory upkeep's not bad. Actually, building upkeep is what's really hurting us, but it's all going to be fine. We're just going to keep shaking people down, expanding as fast as possible. All right, we got 1 free person for the new sawmill. We got some more people coming. Perfect. The sawmill is going to help out a lot. Beautiful. All right, so if I pay this guy 200 gold in the future, he'll give me 13 tools now. I'm going to do it. This is actually a great quest because it's like almost infinite. I'll have a lot of money at some point. I can pay him back. I need those 13 tools pretty bad. It looks like we're doing pretty good, keeping the hunters and all the meat coming in. Interestingly enough, we really need to upgrade these guys. We don't have shirt production quite ready for commoners. We need to make sure if we do this that we can keep them. 6 shirts. The Weaver's Hut kind of suck. You typically need a couple of them. You can see that they're pretty non-productive because they're not commoners, so we need to get them to commoners fast. All right, I'm gonna get the sawmill going at max speed now. There we go. Let's get that. Got 2 full sawmills. Oh, looks like we need 1 more over here. And the shape stone is like kind of keeping us in a positive cash flow, so it's helping out. There we go. Couple more. Now remember, we can go up to 108 with the current design, so that's quite a bit. We're at 50 pop, so we can go twice the pop that we have right now. Let's make sure everything's running at full speed. All right, granary needs more people in it. Warehouse definitely needs more people in it. Okay, we're gonna assign a berry brew location in the granary because we're gonna be creating alcohol here in a second. We're getting close. I just have a little bit more happiness to get up. They're finally starting to forgive me. I'm gonna have to shake them down again though. But we're doing great. The populations are building up. Our infrastructure is fantastic. I need to start getting a common goods stall up in this area. So we're going to get 2 good stalls up. Now, it's cool as we have all these gaps in between houses. So I can do beautifications. I can do benches. And we have a lot of space. So I'm going to do 2 over here in this gap. We're just going to have the market stalls kind of throughout the whole area. Now, I do think it's advantageous to just do both of them in a group, kind of like so. Perfection. This should do great. We just need a little bit of coin for it. All right, we're now a town. we're now a broke town. The sheep are, they're getting bigger. That's good. Just make sure everybody's working. All right, got some more people coming in, thank God. All right, we have a little bit of extra stuff that we can use here. Let's get village architecture, bailiff, and treasury. Let's just get it all unlocked. So we're going to need 75 Splendor. We're going to need a couple rounds of shaking the town down to get the tavern up. But once the tavern is up, all bets are off. We are going to be rich. All right, we got 20 shirts to unlock the next trade route. Now, what's great about this trade route is we can actually start selling alcohol, and we can start selling shirts, and we can start selling fish. I don't have enough shirts or fish to sell, but alcohol, we can actually technically start producing in an effort to get that out there. We also have enough to unlock this trade route, which can sell polished stone for 3. And same with this gent. So we have 2 individuals who can buy polished stone from us. That's really, really good. Big old influx of people. So let's get this train started. We're going to get alcohol production going. Now, they do need a well. Now, there is a well over here they can go to, but I'm going to be nice. And I'm going to place a well right here for water access. Cool. Now, let's go to our handy-dandy little royal book. and see if there's anything else. We should probably buy 20 bread at some point to unlock this trade route. But I'm going to say that we sell any alcohol that we have, berry brew, over 20 for now. That will help with some of our income. I'm going to assign more berry space since we're kind of like running out. So that's good. We're going to want a lot of berries. It's better to see your berries deplete. Like, I like to have a point. Like, if I'm ever go below 300 berries, that means I need to take a peek, see what's going on. It's always best to have a really high volume of something that's really important, so that you can kind of adjust. It gives you an indicator to adjust in real time. You don't want to be like, oh, I have 0 berries and my entire economy collapsed. Like, so I like to have high threshold values for that reason. Perfect. And we can see the boars are really holding up well with just the one hunter. You want to be kind of careful because 2 hunters, I usually end up just killing all the boar. Now, they do spawn on their own just based off thick density. But essentially, you'll get to a point where your meat's kind of erratic. And as you can see, I have 54 boar. I really need to get shirts into the village market here. So it's time for me to shake down the city. There we go. So we can build this. I want to start getting shirts into everybody's hands. Get that built. We have 4 unemployed. Let's go to our build tab. And let's go down the line and make sure everybody has someone they need. Tailored to 3 now. Miners to 3. All right, we're in good shape. Very good shape. We want to get bread. We want to start getting other productions, but we need a lot of people for that. We still have room for quite a lot. Now, they're getting kind of weird because they're the patrols aren't too grand. We lost a patroller. Let's pop a patroller in there. I didn't notice that. Now, it says we don't have enough guardsmen, but we don't technically even need guardsmen. Ooh, yeah, look at that. We got hurt. I'm going to pop the watchman out, and I'm going to put this in here. Perfect. The light fortification is just an action of the wall itself. We don't actually even really need guards. Increase taxation. Yeah, we're not even close to that part yet. We're going to be okay. We got 66 right now, so I need to spend this wisely. We need to get to 75 Splendor. Now, one of the best ways to do that, like I said, is probably going to be either beautifying this and the Great Hall gets 1.5 additional, 50% additional Splendor, basically. So we can do rose. We can't. We can do estate decorations, we got common decorations now. So we can spam these bushes down. So you can see every one of these I do, I'm getting 2 instead of 1. Every third, it looks like. Yeah, we're getting 1.5. So we have quite a bit of money. This is going to get tricky because it's like, do I ever want to expand my manor? Probably, yeah. But we can do benches and stuff like that too. They're about equal. It's always good to have a few other things, but yeah, bushes, definitely for the win. I got 66. So we're going to spend as much as I possibly can. There we go. That pops us up to 42. So we'll just keep pushing to 75 and we'll be in good shape. Once this patrolman starts getting out and getting in his areas, we'll be in good shape. I don't like the fact that they're all walking together. Very weird. Yeah, I could see why having multiple watch posts makes sense. Having really small multiple watch posts. Okay. Let's see what that would look like here. So maybe you take the smallest building possible. You could do a minor manor tower. I think it looks kind of good on the gate too. And you can attach it to the gate. Yeah, because we only really realistically need 1 individual for this. This would be probably one of the easier ones to get up. That's kind of cool. I also get the light fortification, and we just put a door on it. That's neat. So yeah, we can just do our we can do our guys like this. So put 1 here, and then put 1 on the opposite side. And then we don't need this watch post in the middle at all. Very cool. That is a much different way of doing it than I would have thought of. So a special shout out to Perfect Death for telling me about that. That is something Perfect Death told me about, that they have alternating buildings. And so I never really thought about that, but it looks kind of cool because you have these like little towers too. And this is perfect. We just put a door on it and look at that. We got outside patrols. This is great. Okay. So we're going to get those, like, we only need 1 patroller in each, you know what I mean? And we could have these towers on all of the gate sides, and that way they're coming from different points. Because having them come from the same thing, this does not seem to be helping. They're just like, they're all hanging out together. Like it's supposed to, like some kind of fun event. All right. Clothing in the stall here. Yeah, we could put a watchman in there too. This is great. So yeah, we can, honestly, I could take this whole watch post down and probably put the treasure, a a treasury in the center here and a church. Though I think I'm just going to have a big church down here. But this is probably a much better way of doing it with the... I like, too, that it's only one patrol person. That's great. It's really efficient. I don't need a big slot for 10 of them. All right, cool. We got more people. I'm also wondering if they're... I don't know if they're following pathing or they're just literally just going for where patrols are needed. I'm just going to put a big old thing to the center and kind of watch them. Yeah, they seem to just go house to house. Yeah, they're not... They're following the roads more so than they're following anything else. So we can do some fun stuff. We'll do that. See if that helps in any way. But I don't like the fact that they're moving in a group like that, dude. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, we're going to prioritize these guys. They're real cheap. They're just a couple tools. So prioritization. Get these little watch post towers up. That's very neat. That's good to know. It allows you to do a lot of cool stuff. I mean, we could put some kind of tower in the middle. We could put our medium density towers over here too if we wanted to. All right, alcohol production is engaged. So that will be a good trade item for us. Perfect. We're going to put a patroller in here. All right, we're in good shape. So you can see this guy is walking just by himself. I love it. Hitting all the points. There we go. I think what they do is they prioritize the weakest ones first. And they kind of just, they're following like a really weird road system though. Yeah, for something like this, I might need multiple towers, as you can see. But yeah, if they come from one location, they just travel in a big group together, which really seems counterintuitive. Because they're only getting one click. They're not even getting the full benefit of all three. So there's... That's interesting. Sometimes you do have to like watch how things work, because you're like, oh, it should work like this. And it's like, oh, this... It's like, what's the fucking point of being able to have... You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? All right. I'm actually liking this design more and more because it has a lot of flexibility. But I do think that we actually are going to need a third tower and potentially a fourth tower. But this is great. This is good to know. We can probably do it with 2, to be honest, starting from different points. But if it becomes a problem, we'll just have an extra tower. All right, patroller on. So this thing, it's just going bye-bye. It's just going to go bye-bye. And... we'll get tools back. We'll get resources back. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So now we have a patroller here, and we have a patroller here. I don't know why I went outside, but they should both start moving around here shortly. All right. This is great. This is much better. You're also getting light fortification bonuses. It doesn't matter, though, from the tower, but it is kind of cool. All right. I like this. You can see them kind of jumbling around. Why is there a third one? That's weird. I never hired a third guy. All right, I'll take it. the phantom patroller. Okay, perfect, perfect. I like it. This is great. We're in good shape now. This is really nice. Yeah, the towers are the way to go. All right, let's go to the book. Make sure we have our builders. All right, we have everybody that we need in jobs, so that's great. We can start looking at expansion now. I think it's time. We're going to do shirts and probably like something like common wares or candles here. For now, we're just going to do shirts. Yeah, these 2 towers are doing a great job. Nice. Got 7 from selling some alcohol. This isn't great, though. Like, we really need to get into Tavern, so it's time to get the Splendor up. Let's shake them down. Yeah. All right, now we just need to buy some more Splendor. And you can see that they're really liking these benches. I'm probably going to get some more. I'm just going to align this area with them. There we go. 2 more benches. Perfect. All right, and then the rest of this is just going to be a Splendor spam. So we need 75. So I need 32. There we go. That's good enough right there. All right. So now we have unlocked the inn. Pause. Now it's time to get the inn going. And we're going to do that in the next chapter. And the next chapter is going to be all about inns and making money. But this is the midpoint, so it's like once you get this up... like getting to the point where you're like slightly okay again, and we're right there. We're on the cusp of greatness.